In this session, the topic discussed will be relating to nonverbal communication, introduction, meaning, and types of nonverbal communication. Introduction to nonverbal communication. Communication by use of words and language is called as verbal communication, whereas communication by using other symbols is referred as nonverbal communication. Nonverbal codes like colors, maps, graphs, music can be used to enhance verbal communication. Verbal communication can convey more complex ideas and is necessary for discussion and explanation of complicated ideas and concepts. It is more controlled in nature. The required skills can be learned and practiced. Verbal communication is always accompanied by nonverbal, which is more powerful and might even convey something different from what the words say. Nonverbal communication includes everything that is around the speaker as well as the speaker's personality and voice, which is called as the body language. It is instinctive, largely unconscious, and is very difficult to control. Actors and other stage performers take care to cultivate their nonverbal communication to make sure that they make a pleasant and powerful impression on the audience. Let's begin to understand the meaning of nonverbal communication. It's process of intentionally and unintentionally signaling meaning through behavior other than words. It is a process. Nonverbal communication includes facial expression, eye contact, tone of voice, body postures, and motion. It may also include the way we wear our clothes and also the silence which we maintain. Nonverbal communication occurs without using any oral or written word. Instead of written words or oral words, it relies on various nonverbal cues like physical movements, tasks, colors, signs, symbols, and signals to express feelings, attitude, or information. Although no word is used in nonverbal communication, it can effectively communicate many human feelings and accurately than verbal methods of communication. Common types of nonverbal communication, as mentioned, includes eye contact, facial expression, gestures, posture, and body orientation, body language, touch, paralinguistics, and silence. Types of nonverbal communication includes intentional nonverbal communication and unintentional nonverbal communication. Intentional communication means that one person is sending a message to another person in a purposeful way. Lots of communication happens this way. Intentional communication can be either language based or non-verbal. Example gestures, body language, facial expression, tone of voice, and so on. The next type is unintentional nonverbal communication. Unintentional is always nonverbal. It often comes in forms that are demonstrated unconsciously. Example, physical posture, tone of voice, behavior, and so on. When the latter form of communication occurs, the responsibility for interpreting the message falls to the receiver. Forms of nonverbal communication includes eye contact, facial expressions, gesture, posture and body orientation, body language, space and distance, proximity, paralinguistic, humor, touch, silence, personal appearance, symbol, visual communication. Let's discuss them in detail. Eye contact, an important channel of interpersonal communication, helps to regulate the flow of communication and it signals interest in others. Eye contact with audience increases the speaker's credibility. Teachers who make eye contact open the flow of communication and convey interest, concern, warmth, and credibility. Facial expressions. The face is an important communicator. It is commonly said that the face is the index of the mind. It expresses the type of emotions or feelings such as joy, love, interest, sorrow, anger, confusion, enthusiasm, fear, hatred, surprise, and uncertainty. Facial expression are indicated through the words. It can be indicated through the mouth open wide or closed, eyelids raised or lowered, nose wrinkled or relaxed, cheeks drawn up or back, and forehead lowered or raised. Within the facial area, eyes are especially effective for indicating attention and interest. However, interpretations of facial expression differ from one culture to another. Smile is a powerful cue that transmits happiness, friendliness, warmth, liking, affiliation. Therefore, if you smile frequently, you will be perceived as more likable, friendly, warm, and approachable. Smiling is often considered contagious, and students will react favorably and learn more. Gestures. If you fail to gesture while speaking, you may be perceived as boring, stiff, and unanimated. A lively and animated teaching style captures students' attention, makes the material more interesting, facilitates learning, and provides a bit of entertainment too. Head nods, a form of gestures, communicate positive reinforcement to students and indicate that you are listening. Gestures are movements of the arms, legs, hands, and head. For example, a wave of the hand has a specific meaning, hello or goodbye. A forefinger and thumb touching to form a circle that aiming at the meaning of okay. Unlike facial expressions, interpretations of some gestures also differ across cultures. For example, in Europe, raising thumb is used to convey that someone has done something excellent, while in Bangladesh, the same gesture means something idiotic. Posture and body orientations. You communicate numerous messages by the way you talk, sit, and stand. Standing erect but not rigid and leaning slightly forward communicates to students that you are approachable, receptive, and friendly. Furthermore, interpersonal closeness results when you and your students face each other. Speaking with your back turned or looking at the floor of ceiling should be avoided. It communicates disinterest to your class. Body language is another widely recognized form of nonverbal communication. Body movements can convey meanings and messages. Body languages may take two forms of unconscious movements and consciously controlled movements. Example: when a person is bored, he may gaze around the room rather than look at the speaker, or he may shift positions frequently. When a person is nervous, he may bite his nails or mash his hair. These are usually made consciously. On the other hand, leaning forward towards the speaker and express interest in the case of conscious body movements. Let's discuss about space and distance. Space and distance are significant nonverbal tools in the case of organizational communication. A spacious and well decorated room indicates a person's position in the organization hierarchy, and external people get a message about his importance and authority only by visiting his room. Distance is another power communication tool which expresses the degree of intimacy and individual acceptance. Proximity, cultural norms indicate a comfortable position for interaction with students. You should look for signals of discomfort caused by invading the space. Some examples are rocking, leg swinging, tapping, gaze aversion. Typically, in large college classes, space invasion is not a problem. There is usually too much distance. To counteract this, move around the classroom. So, which a teacher makes sure she moves around to increase the interaction with the students. Increasing proximity enables you to make better eye contact and increases the opportunities to speak to your audience. Paralinguistic. The facet of nonformal communication includes such vocal elements as tone, pitch, rhythm, loudness. For maximum reaching out to your audience effectiveness, learn to vary these six elements of your voice. Once the major criticism is on the speaker who do not focus on his audience, it leads to boring and dull. So hence you can use even humor to make it effective to reach out to your maximum audience. Creating a climate that facilitates learning, listening, and retention depends and demands good nonverbal and verbal communication. Physical aspects of nonverbal communication includes the body language, proxemics, which is the use of space to signal, haptics is touch. Touch is widely used a form of nonverbal communication which is used and encouraged in order to make your communication effective and reach out to the maximum number of audience. So therefore, touch is widely used form of nonverbal communication tool. By touching, one can express a wide range of emotions. However, the accepted modes of touch vary depending on the gender, age, relative status, intimacy, and cultural background of the persons. For example, in the context of our culture, when one touches you from the back of a presence in a audience, you're understanding that he wants to know something from you. Silence is also a powerful tool of communication. It may have a positive or negative meaning. For example, silence often indicates that a person receiving instruction does not understand the action required, or sometimes silence indicates consent. Oculesics is about eye contact. Chronemics is about usage of time. Olfactics is about smell. Vocalics is tone of voice. Sound symbols includes grunting and other symbols. Silence, pausing, and writing. Personal appearance. Appearance is also an important nonverbal communication tool. Appearance includes dress, hair, the kind of jewelry, makeup, and so on. Appearance indicates the degree of importance or interest a person conveys to an occasion. We also use visual communication. When communication occurs using any visual aid, it is known as visual communication. Thus, communication that occurs through facial expression, personal appearance, gesture, posture, sign, symbol, is called as visual communication. Hence, in this session, we have discussed in detail about nonverbal communication, its classification, and what all is included in the nonverbal communication.